Yeah.
And this kind of took a turn into
Right. Right.
into if there's a God or not. But I mean, it's just the truth, because like, how do you? What is happiness if there
Mm-hmm.
is no God? If there is no or objective standard of happiness and joy, then how can you say, oh, I bought a Lamborghini. That's happiness to me. Like that doesn't
Right. Right.
that doesn't necessarily mean it's happiness. It there's no objective standard by which you can judge and say, hey, buying a Lamborghini brings me happiness, or getting married brings me happiness, or robbing a bank gives me happiness, or
Mm,
murdering
mm,
someone
mm.
gives me happiness. There's no
Right.
objective
Right.
standard. So, from a secular standpoint, there is no such thing as happiness. There is no such thing as joy.
It's whatever you make it.
Whatever, whatever you make it.
Makes you feel good.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Rape is okay. You
Right.
can't look at a rapist and say that's wrong,
Right. Right.
because as long as it's bringing him happiness or her happiness,
Yeah. How can you say that it's wrong?
yeah, you can't. What did Hitler do?
Yeah.
Murdered 6 million people. You can't say what he did was wrong without something to objectively tell you this is wrong, or this is what happiness is, or what it's not.
Right. Right. Yeah. Without there being a standard to say, no, that's a perverted type of happiness.
Right.
That is wrong. You
Right.
got to change your tastes, because I think we can. What is it? We can develop our own. What's the word I'm looking for? Our own palate with what brings us pleasure, and I think that's where all the weird stuff comes in.
Right.
Right. Some people have a foot fetish, and
That's gross.
I still don't
I don't
still don't
understand
get it. People derive pleasure depending on what their palate is, and I think a palate is developed depending on our upbringing. What turns you on.
Who's looking at feet like, wow, that's some sexy looking feet. So
some
weird.
people out there, I know. Man, there's a healthy way to get to happiness. So anyway, I think outside of God, I think the pursuit of pleasure is really the only meaning there is to life.
Right.
To say that, no, it's the propagation of our species, the survival of our species as a human race, and this is why we should be good to each other. It just, for me, it all kind of falls apart, because what does it mean to be good?
Yeah.
Then, like, who's to say what's good and what's bad? Right. Okay, so good means you help each other to survive.
No, it's whatever society decides is good. So if society decides to murder people, then it's good.
Right. See, you can see how all this falls apart. You just bring up Nazi Germany. If society gets to determine what's right and what's wrong, society can get it wrong.
Yeah.
But if there's no objective standard outside of the natural world, then anything goes.